So, if you're watching on the podcast, we went to a Nats game last week.
Okay.
It was we've talked about this subject before on this podcast. I know we have. But it was a pan can night for Anna's work, so went down to DC, took the trip down. They were playing the quite literally one of the worst baseball teams of all time, the Colorado Rockies. I absolutely had to also go see that. And I think I have found the solution to getting into Beaver Stadium. Now, this is not the parking solution, which we are all collectively looking for, the holy grail of holy grails when it comes to Penn State football. We bought tickets, and they first off, they require you to use an app to do those. It's called MLB Ballpark. It is separate from the MLB app. The MLB app is for news. The MLB Ballpark is for going to games.
Okay.
Let's akin it to a Ticketmaster as opposed to like the Go PSU Sports app, for example.
Okay.
And on there was this prompt, and it said easy entry, I think, or let me get the correct vernacular here as I look this up. And I was like, oh, wonder what this is. MLB baseball game. Hold on, let me look this up. It is called MLB Go-Ahead Entry. And I was like, let me look this up. And it's basically TSA pre-check and clear all rolled into one.
Okay.
For getting into a football or into a baseball stadium. So you take a selfie, and it uses facial recognition, and that is how you get into the stadium. You do not have to scan your ticket. You do not have to do anything. All you do is look directly at the camera, you walk through the metal detector, then you walk through and look directly at this camera, and it knows that it's me. You have to take a hat off, and that's about it. And it says, here you go. Go ahead in. You're good to go. Go ahead, get in. Fascinating on multiple levels. Number one, I think what was most interesting is there was a line of 30 to 40 people trying to get in, and there were probably about 10 of those lines trying to get in through the traditional scan my ticket opportunities. There was not a single person in line for the go ahead.
It's my kind of technology. I'm not a technology guy, but I'm a technology guy that cuts down on lines.
And I get people's anxiousness about facial recognition and all of that privacy, etc. And I don't think this would resolve or fit well with Penn State's older fan population for the most part that is not technologically equipped or with it or hip.
Might
but
not fit well with a portion of the fan base that's younger and not any of those things you just mentioned.
Correct.
Okay. So
there are students, there are people like me, there are probably a lot of people that would want to take advantage of the fact that it is easier to get in Beaver Stadium this way, should they go ahead and do this. I don't know what it costs. I'm sure it's a lot easier to quote unquote control because it's 32 MLB teams versus 120 college teams, but there can't be that many. Like this only makes sense at
there's 18
Ohio
Big
State,
Ten
Penn
teams,
State,
right?
Michigan,
right.
yeah. Like I think this is a legitimately fascinating opportunity to solve the crowds and getting into Beaver Stadium issues that I would urge fan of this podcast, Pat Kraft, to look into.
If it only serves to benefit me and not having to stand in line with the unwashed masses, I'm in favor of it.
Okay.
Like, hey, like the whole lines and the back and forth, and the people that have been trained for 10 years to like raise their arms to go to the magnetometers, which you don't have to do, and didn't make a difference. And now yes, sign me up. And I'm sure they're aware of those kind of things, because that's what I would hope they're aware of those kind of things.
Yeah.
That should do. You benchmark, you look at best practices. Sure, it's expensive, but partner with other Big Tens, be a test market in college sports if somebody isn't already doing it. Although I guess I'd be surprised if somebody wasn't already doing it, that shares a stadium or shares something along the line. That
there has to be someone. Yeah.
So no, exciting. That's great. That would be a game changer.
And I think for me, that is one of the two biggest gripes about the game day fan experience. It's getting out of the parking lot, and it is getting into the stadium. Those are the two biggest challenges, because to your point, they've changed the rules and people don't have their tickets pre-saved and they stand there and all these things. I think, this, we talked about this when it first came out, and I was a little skeptical, but I I was like, I'll try this, and I'm glad I tried it because I will never not do this now. Anytime I go to a baseball game.
No, it sounds cool. I would do that.
Yeah.